Coach Camp was awesome. It was like so much more than I ever even thought it was going to be. Obviously, it was a huge thing, an experience for me because I spoke. But beyond that, and Linda was kind of saying this, it's like every single time you go to a live event, you guys, they're huge. And like Christina always says, leaders are born at live events. Like, and you have to think about this if you're somebody who's not taking the time to go to live events. This is where I can't like stress enough, because your team, like I've always made a huge, go in there and I'll be out in a minute, shut the door and get in the bath. I've always made a huge deal about, like, I've always made a huge commitment about going to live events. Like, I've always made the time because I knew that in order to stay motivated, I saw my coach doing it. I saw other coaches that I was friends with doing it. And so, because if we aren't doing those things and we're not going to the live events, then our coaches aren't going to see the importance of it, right? So, and the fact that I got to speak this year is just like still mind blowing. And it was so nerve-wracking, but it was so amazing. And then when you do something really freaking awesome that's way outside your comfort zone, you guys know what that's like, because we've all done something like that out of our comfort zone. And then you find that people liked what you said. Like, I got a ton of people afterwards that were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Will you do a call for me? That was great. I needed to hear that or whatever. And it's just like, those are the things, you guys, that we need to continue to do so that we continue to grow. And as leaders, as like, and beyond, and this is what I was saying to Christina, I'm like, I never knew I needed to grow. Like, I thought I was fine. Like, I was fine, right? I didn't have anything wrong with me. Like, I didn't have a bunch of anxiety and like whatever. But then when I got into this, I realized, wow, like I have a ton of growth to do because, you know, this scares me and this scares me and whatever. So, so I could go on and on about what Coach Camp was for me this year. Definitely my favorite event ever. And like one of the most memorable weekends that I've ever had in my life. And the fact that a lot of you guys were there meant so much, and it was just so much fun. So then the other thing I want to say really quickly before I let Kate speak, the thing that Christina said, and she reiterates this, and it really stood out to me again this year, was that the people that you build this business with are basically in your backyard. Like, we're so busy. We're so like worried about trying to find all these people to build a business with on Instagram, right? And yes, we need to grow our network. Yes, we need to expand. We need to find new people to talk to. But at the end of the day, sometimes we forget about the people that are in our top 10, as she calls it, that we would love to build a business with, that we know would benefit from this, that we actually already care about because we know them. And so it kind of made me remember and remind me that I sometimes overlook some of the people that I've already invited that are close to me, that are kind of in my, warm market already. And I overlook them because they've already said no, or I'm thinking in my head, well, they know I'm doing this. If they wanted to join me, they would, right? But that's not the case, because maybe they don't ever think they could do something like this. They have no idea that they could ever be successful with this. So it's our job to remind them and re-invite them and let them know that they're welcome to do this, and that, you would love to work with them, and whatever the case is. And so it just reminded me, because we can get so caught up in like trying to get more followers and trying to find more new blood. And we do, you have to. But at the end of the day, I think sometimes their people are right there. We just need to not give up on them and continue to like believe in them and show them that. So that was just a good reminder. She said that before, but it really just, I don't know, it just kind of stood out again to me, because I'm like, sometimes I'm focusing on the new people, and I just need to remember that.
Hey, real quick, can I just like say something super quick before Kate jumps on? So Um, I wasn't able to make Coach Camp this year, and had I not literally invested thousands of dollars in a vacation, I would have moved it to be there because it is that important of an event. Having said that, I just finished the video in its entirety, and I'm gonna I already told you guys I've had wine, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional here, but I don't think you guys realize what an amazing leader we have in Tabitha. That was her first live event speaking. Tabitha, you were amazing. You were like freaking flawless. You said all the things that we all needed to hear, and I just wanted you to know that you did an absolutely amazing job, especially for your first time speaking in public in front of a couple hundred people. And to deliver your message in such an eloquent way and a to the point way to give people the things to do, right? Because we all want the things. What can I do? What can I apply to my business? So anyway, I just wanted you guys to know what an amazing leader we have in Tabitha and how blessed we are to have her to build this business with. So anyway, I was where I needed to be this year. Apparently the good Lord had it in his mind that I needed to be with my family this year, not at Coach Camp, but I was in tears watching your video tonight because you delivered your message so amazingly and impactfully. So I just wanted to, because I just finished it. I'm like, I must finish this call before our call tonight. So I just finished it, and it was amazing, and I love you so much, and I wouldn't be where I am today without you, and I just hope every single person realizes what an amazing leader we have in Tabitha and how big of a deal it was that she was asked to speak at Coach Camp this year. It's a really big deal. I don't know what to compare it to. I don't know, like being asked to be part of the inaugural ball or something. It's a big deal. So I'm sorry I wasn't there. Like I said, had there not been a year of planning and y'all know Disney, literally thousands of dollars invested in this silly trip, I would have moved it to be there with you guys. So, my nose is running because I'm trying not to cry. So anyway, I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. I finally got to watch your video in its entirety, and it was amazing. So I love you all, and I cannot wait to hear the things. So I'll shut up now.
Well, thank you so much. I had no idea you were going to say that. And that literally just made me cry. I wasn't even feeling emotional until you said all that. But it was I don't know. It was just so scary. But then when I got up there, it just flowed and it went really well. And it honestly went, and everybody kept saying, it's going to come out the way that it's supposed to. It's going to come out in the way that it should. And it totally did. And like I said, just to kind of have that under your belt and do it and sort of feel like you really succeeded at it. It's almost like, what's next? I'm ready. What's next? That's a huge growth step for me. And I don't know. I just appreciate you just so much. And it really stunk that you couldn't be there. If I'm being real honest, but hello, Disney, I would have never, expected you to do anything different than go to a trip that you planned with your family. But I really did miss you a lot because obviously I wouldn't be where I am today without you. So thank you. And I love you. But anyways, I just feel more inspired and more empowered to actually run through the gates even more. I'm live events always light you up. And I was already really super fired up for this year after coming off of a year where we hit Premier. And even though that's not really necessarily the goal, but freaking had a rock solid year last year. And so I know this year will be amazing. And I'm so ready to just run with all of you guys and to see you guys invest in your business and to go to this event and to already be invested in Summit and to team up together and to set goals together and to see the fire in your guys's you can just see the light bulbs and the fire that you guys have within to grow this. It's that's what it's all about, you guys. And when we do this together and we feed off of each other's energy, it's it's gold. Like there's no other way, there's no other direction to go than up, right? If you're investing in your business and you're challenging yourself and you're showing up, and like Linda said a while ago, she messaged me and she's like, because I don't know if she's going to be able to get on this call tonight. She said, every live event, and this is what I always said, every live event always reminds you that you're no different than anybody else and that you can do this too. Because these, like, people that are successful, the only difference between us and success, or if we're comparing, and we don't want to compare, but if we are just starting out on our business, the only difference between us and someone who's succeeded in their business is because they stuck with it, because they showed up, because they hung in there, because they tried to figure it out when it got hard, right? That's the only difference. And so it always just re-inspires you to find your greatness and your path, because it's not going to look like anybody's path, right? We know that our coaching journey is going to look like nobody else's, because it's us and it's unique to us. So the timing's not going to be the same. It's just, none of it's going to look the same, but it's going to look very similar if we continue to show up and blaze the trail for our own business. So, anyways, it was just amazing. And I want to let Kate speak, because I don't know if anybody, and then I want to let Tamara speak too. And then maybe Linda will be on by then if she ends up getting on. But otherwise, we'll have those girls talk and just share what they, I think, yeah, that was both of them. That was their first time at Coach Camp. And so I've been to 6 of them. So I spoke at this one. So of course it was very different for me, this Coach Camp, but I want to hear what they have to say about it, and the things that kind of just made them, you know, like I said, draw a line in the sand and say, I'm doing this and this is why, and I'm excited because of X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to let Kate speak first. So share with us, I unmuted you, I think. So share with us how you felt, how you're feeling, whatever you want to share.
So wow, Coach Camp was freaking awesome. Like, definitely. Well, first of all, you speaking, I had to be there regardless. So, and I just want to second what Jess said. It was like, you have been doing that for years. You were so good. You just like took it and ran. And it was like, at first you got up there and I'm like, yeah, she's a little nervous. And then it was like, within just seconds, you just relaxed and you just went for it. And everybody in that room, I heard saying, yeah, you know, just like Tabitha said, you know, hey, just like Tabitha said, talking to everybody, little conversations. I'm hearing Tabitha, the whole rest of the event. So you kicked ass up there and you did so good. And let me tell you, it did a lot for me just to see you up there. It, you know, obviously I know you're already so amazing and you've done a lot. You poured a lot into me. Even whenever I'm like falling apart, you're like, nope, get back up, we're going, you know, and I appreciate that. So Coach Camp, you know, I wrote down a couple things because there was a few people that said a few different things that was like, ding, you know, like right away. So first of all, Jordan, the Christina's helper lady, whatever she does for her. What she did, like, that helped me because like in the past month, I've been trying to kind of open up a little more on social media because it's very uncomfortable for me sometimes. So I've been trying to open up, and that was like, she gave some tools and stuff that was like, okay, we can do that. You know, like, these are like easy things. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I have a list of like apps and different things that you can use to better, you know, your post or your, you know, different ideas, find ideas or anything to make things easier for you. I wrote it down. I wrote a lot of stuff down. But then Lindsay got up there and she was like, well, first of all, you know, she got up there like on fire, okay, dancing. And I'm like, okay, I'm excited to hear what she has to say. She was like dancing on the stage, you know, get up and made everybody dance. So that was pretty cool. You know, she got everybody moving and excited. But she was just like, you know, kind of fed off of a little more of what Jordan was saying, you know, with Instagram, and kind of pointing out like, okay, this here is ways that you can, you know, grow. And she again gave more apps, and I just added to my list as everybody spoke, you know. So that for me was super helpful, because that's one area that I struggle posting and stuff like that. That's just something that I struggle with, you know, greatly. So when, I don't know what their names are, but the one was the announcer, and they kept calling them the triplets. I don't know what that announcer girl's name was, but she got up there and she said, do you have an accountability partner? And I was like, I mean, obviously I have Tabitha, and I, you know, I talk to her pretty much been daily lately, you know, but someone that's on the same level that I can challenge and they can challenge me, you know. And I was like sitting right next to Tamra, and I'm like, you know, I didn't say anything then, because I did that was my first time meeting Tamra, but I was like, we like kind of hit it off right away. She's wonderful. She's pretty awesome. So I thought, it was going through my mind the whole time, and everything they're saying, I'm like, can I picture myself doing this with Tamra? You know, like, they're like, we didn't challenge and compare ourselves to each other, but we challenged each other to move both of our businesses forward. And that, something about that, when she said that, I was like, who is a near or around the same level as me? And when, you know, sitting next to Tamara, I was like, okay, you know, it just felt right. So later on the break, I talked to Tamara, and I'm like, hey, if you're ready, like, let's do this together. Like, oh, you know, we can be accountability partners. And so literally I got on the plane and was like, had my notebook out and my book. I literally at the airport was like buying the books they're suggesting and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm going for this. I've already like invested. And you know what? I felt so like ready whenever after this event, that I was like, okay, get my list out, and what are the things that I can invest. And it might be $5 on this app or something, a way to invest. Like I got a ring light right before I ordered, right before the event, you know, like little things that I can purchase now that are going to help me in the long run in this business. So I've kind of just been slowly going through all my notes and, you know, getting them things out. And Sunday morning, I woke up and I'm like, Tamara, are you ready? And we started first thing Sunday morning, if the first, you know, first thing we started, and we're 2 days in, but we're doing awesome so far. So, and another thing, you know, just like it has, one thing for me was opening up. Just like my life is what it is. I'm pretty open, but some things are hard for me to talk about. And, you know, I might touch on them, but it's like, I am who I am. And if people don't like it, unfollow, you know. I'm just at that point now, but it took me a long time to get there. And that event was just like listening to them talk, like, and so if they don't, what, you've known them since high school, and what if they don't, you know, want to hear your story or what you're doing now in life, or they can unfollow you or unfriend you, or, you know, whatever the case may be, they can do that. They don't have to follow you and watch what you post every day. But some people just like to be there in the background to see what you're doing, because they don't really want to tell you, you know, they're watching, but we know they're watching, right? You know, so that's just been a thing, you know. And I just like feel like it is what it is. There's some things that I haven't talked about in my story that I'm going to start sharing bits and pieces because I feel like that's my story. That's how I got to where I am right now. And if it weren't for these things, I would not be where I'm at in my business and my life and, with my kids and my family. So, I'm just ready. I'm excited. I've been, Sunday was just everything on the plane. I'm like reading, taking notes and stuff from this book here, Eat That Frog, which is about stop procrastinating, which is something that I would do, because I'm like, that's really difficult. Let me save that for last. Well, guess what? I don't ever end up getting to it because I saved it for last. So, this was just everything. I'm so glad that I went. I was so grateful. I got $100 plane ticket. The plane ticket's for $100 to Chicago. I'm like, what's my excuse then? I don't have one, So me and Walter both went, and he went and did his thing while I went to the event all day, and I loved every minute of it. I took lots of notes. I took lots of pictures. It was so fun. And I'm so grateful that I had Tabitha there because, obviously I love Tabitha to pieces, but hearing her speak and watching her confidence up there, and then watching my cousin and my little cousins watch her and just like full of life, and then seeing little Summer work out with her, I was like, she is just seeing how strong and what a badass her mom is. And it was like, yes, that's what I'm doing that for my girls. And I need to keep doing that so they can continue to see, that I'm not letting pain and, hurt and stress and life keep me back when things get hard. I'm going to push through them, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm excited, and I'm super excited to be partnering with Tamara and just, kicking butt, because so far it has been great. We're messaging each other. I'm like, how are you doing? Like, this is how far I am. Where are you? Like, these are my hashtags that I'm finding, like from the event, different things we learned. I'm like, and then she'll bring up an idea and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that too. So, we're just like kind of taking a little thing. Like, I'm like, okay, for this first week, how about we, do this thing and then once we do that and we get in the hang of it, then we can continue that on our own. But for the first week, this can kind of be our challenge with each other. And it's going good. So I'm excited. This was just perfect. And I'm so excited for Summit as well, because first of all, I love seeing all of you. I can't wait to see Jessica Survey. I'm so excited. I miss her so much. And man, seeing Linda and Carlita and Tabitha, it was so great. It was wonderful. So yes, if whatever information you guys can get for there, definitely watch it, look over it, read it, whatever. It was freaking amazing. So I loved it.
Okay, Kate, I wanted to compliment you on your stories and your Instagram. I've been really thoroughly enjoying them. You're doing an amazing job. You must tell me, what is the app you used for that like flawlessly executed video that you just posted? Because I was like, what is that? I love it. And I want it in my life right now.
Which one? The one with like where it showed my shoes and the darkness. It was kind of dark a little bit.
I don't know. It was like really well, like yeah, it was edited. You were like filling your water bottle and you were doing a workout.
That was Walter. That was no app. That was Walter's professional camera.
I know, it's awesome.
Is Walter available?
Yes, Walter. That was Walter, and he's gonna start doing that for me. And he's like, "That's growing your business, and it's growing my business." And I'm like, "Hell yes," because I need this. Yes. So yes, that was Walter. But I'm really hoping at Summit he can get some awesome, kind of just be in the background and get some awesome footage of us, because that would be awesome for us to have to post.
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, thanks, and keep going. Your Instagram.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I just see you on Instagram. It's been amazing. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, for sure. You are like blowing it up on your Instagram, and I love the relationship that you have with Danielle, right? Is that her name?
Yes.
I love it. It's awesome.
She's amazing.
I love that. And just all the
Yeah.
things that
Yeah.
you've been through. It's just, I don't know. It's amazing. Really quick, one thing I want to say with what you said, Kate, and then I'll let Tamara talk. I want you guys to this is the hard thing about coming off of a live event, because you are so excited right now, right? And you're like, yes, I'm doing all these things and I'm going to do this. And so I want you guys to bottle this up, because you've got to use this to carry you through to Summit, because we've got no other really big live events before then. I'm thinking about throwing something together for our team, but I'll let you know about that. But it's just so important to bottle that up, because this feeling that you have right now is something that will give you tons of momentum for your business. But then like anything else, right, it starts to kind of go back down, So I want you guys to just remember this feeling and how on fire you feel for your business, so that it can carry you through and you can feel that way, in the future. Okay, Tamara, go for it. I'm trying to unmute you. There you go.
Am I unmuted now?
Yep.
Okay. So, I had an amazing time at Coach Camp. This is my first time. And it's kind of interesting because everybody at work knew I was going. And so then they all asked me well, how was it? We knew that you were going for business. And the one thing I realized that I kept saying over and over again is, I wish that I had gone before now. I cannot tell you how much I learned, how much it puts a fire back where it needs to be. And it definitely, I feel granted, I guess I've been a coach for almost a year, but I feel like this is the first thing that you should have as when you're a brand new coach. This is the event that you should go to. If you want to know everything there is to know about everything, where to go, how to find it, how to do it, and watch the people that have been doing it for years and years and years, and just look to see where they have come from, where they started exactly where we're at right now. I seen an 11 star and I was like, holy crap, didn't even know that was possible. I mean, just watching everything. So I had several takeaways for me, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm doing several different things. Being a full-time mom, being a full-time respiratory therapist, and trying to run a business, and I just started back to school. So for me, I was going, okay, is this really where I'm supposed to be? So Tabitha's talk was amazing. You were awesome. And I was so happy when I posted all those things about I love my leaders. You guys, you have no idea. I was so proud to be that is she's my upline coach. I was telling everybody, she's my upline coach. So one of the things that you said in there was to share your story, because you are your story. And I think that's something that we kind of forget too, that we are our own story, and we have to share the hard stuff. But in sharing the hard stuff, you have to find the joy in the journey. That was I wrote that so big in my notebook. Find the joy in the journey, because sometimes I think as we're trying to figure out what to post and how to do all these things, it gets frustrating. And then that frustration, then you're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to post now, or I'll just do it like this. And then we lose. Then we lose some of that fire. So finding and keeping the joy in what we're doing, I think was the biggest takeaway that I had from you, Tabitha, was just finding and keeping that joy in what we're doing. And then Christina Sullins, she talked about new coach stuff. And all the different things that she does with her new coaches. She actually does a personalized call with her coaches. She sends them out a packet, and she puts all the tools in their hands. Now, that being said, I remember going to my first leadership and getting all these tools. It really wasn't until, no joke, this last challenge, the challenge before last, where we done the 100, I had no idea what the squares were. The no-go squares, had no idea what that was. Had all these tools, have had them for almost a year, and didn't even realize how to even use it. So I think what I took away from her was really, once you get those tools and really knowing how to implement those tools, because once I realized what that was for, I was like, oh, duh. Now I can fully use that to my advantage. But really just taking those times and then solidifying your decision, really truly solidifying your decision as a coach. What is it that truly makes you want to be a coach? Yes, I think everybody is in some way driven by money. But like she was kind of explaining, what are you doing with your money, with your commission? Are you taking it and going it and blowing it at Target? Or are you pouring it, back into your business? Or did you decide that, I'm going to use this money to, pay off your student loans or whatever? She said, take it and do with that money, with your commission, what you say you're going to do with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. So yeah, yes, using the money for your vision. Yes, that was like a big deal for me. That was one of the biggest takeaways for me as well, because I know I have this big vision for what I want for my business, but sometimes it seems a little daunting as you're working the business. But even those little bits, just putting that little bit back and seeing it grow and grow and grow, and that's what keeps that fire burning. That's what keeps that joy in the business of things. Hang on just a second, as my daughter just turned on the keyboard. That was something that I took away. And then being having an accountability partner. I am so happy that Kate asked me to be her accountability partner, because it did work out so awesome that I was like, oh yeah, we totally clicked. And when she sent me all the stuff on Sunday, I was like, yeah, absolutely, that's what we're doing. And so just having, yes, Grace, I hear you. There you go. And just, you can't take it off. There you go. You're welcome. And so just having that someone that is right there with you. And like I said, don't let me, have any excuses, push me. And I'm just so excited to be able to grow with her. And like she said, start out this way and then keep continuing to grow and move forward, and just watching each other's stories. And like, I was asking her how to do a couple of things. I was like, I am not tech savvy. I am not tech savvy at all, but I can't tell you, I wrote down every app that they told us to use as far as to figure out how to better my stories, and how to keep a schedule of how to implement what you do for the week. That was one of the things that I took away from Jordan's stuff that I thought was absolutely just, light bulb. Set your week up. Have however you're going to do your stories for the week. So on Monday, if you're going to have a positivity post, then you already know that that's what you're going to talk about on Monday. And on Tuesdays, you have whatever topic, Transformation Tuesday. So, always stick with your transformation. And she's so right. You can post your transformation several different, every Tuesday, post your transformation. Yeah, some people might get tired of it, and that's okay, but there are people that still have never, ever seen it. She even gave the small amount, I think she said it was like 2% of the people actually see your story, or I can't remember what the statistic was, but it was like 2% of people actually see your story, depending on how much it's in your feed, how much it's in the feed. And when she kind of put it like that, it was like, oh, wow. So all this time you're thinking, yeah, you have all these likes, but really in perspective of how big social media is, it's only 2% of people actually seeing your stuff. So yes, definitely post that transformation every Tuesday. So just having a schedule of what to post, for me, that was huge because I struggle so much with what to post. Have no idea what to post. Did I post more about my kids? Did I post more about my business? I don't want to post too much about my business, things like that. And so just her saying, just have a schedule. And that way there is no wondering, what am I going to post about today? You already know, it's already there. Post your positivity, post your, what was it? Accountability, positive affirmations, meal prep, all kinds of, whatever your ideas are. If that's what you're doing for the day, then post things like that. And then what was one of the other things that I wrote down? Connecting and engaging. One of the things that I think I struggle with the most too is those invites and just inviting out of the blue. So someone that, going through your Facebook, and Lindsay was like, if someone told you to go through your Facebook and just start inviting a bunch of people. She's like, but how do you know who to invite or how to talk to them if you've never connected and you've never engaged with them? And so that was something else. She said, go on, like their page, see how they are, see what they're doing in their life, have a conversation with them, make comments on their likes, on their posts and stuff, and engage with them, and then send the invite. That was like an aha moment for me as well. So those were just like a couple of the like huge things that I kind of took away. Yes, that is Mimi. Come on, let's let Bubby sleep though. So those were some of the probably biggest things I took away from Coach Camp. I can't tell you if I learned I learned so much that I taped and videoed everything just because I was like, I'm taking it all in. I want to take all it in, and like it's so much, I'm going to take the week and literally like go through and comb through and make sure that I don't miss anything. But it was so good. And Tabitha, I will, if I can, I don't know how, but I recorded everyone's talks. So like Jordan and all of those guys, the Instagram huddle, I recorded those on my phone. So if I can do that.
Sorry, I'm back. What'd you say? You recorded them so you can do what? You could.
I'm going to see if I can post them in either like our Fearlessly Free Messenger or post it on our pages. I know that she had the opportunity for some to like virtually watch it.
Yeah.
But for me sometimes the way that I learned is I am very audio. And so just listening to it, several different times, each time I get a little bit of a nugget here and there. So I thought, if I can post that, then people would be able to kind of hear those nuggets as well.
Yeah, that would be amazing, because I would like to go back and listen to them. Honestly, I feel like I got nothing from Christina's, just because when I got done speaking, I was like, I felt like the weight of the world, like I was so anxious when I got up there. I think it just really took a toll on my body. And I'm like, Lindsay's like, do you have any ibuprofen? And I'm like, no, but I really need some. I just felt like I couldn't even focus on Christina's presentation. Hi. So, no, I appreciate all of the pictures you guys took, and just like you guys tagging me. And, that's what it's all about. Like, I am so thankful for each and every one of you. You guys have no idea. And I think you guys do have an idea, but you have no idea how you make me feel. But we have something really freaking amazing. And the fact that you guys are pairing up and working together is awesome, because I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for Lindsay Gray, if it weren't for Abby Jimenez, if it weren't for Christina and all the people that I've worked with throughout my business, because it's just so much fun when you can work with people, and they don't even have to be on your team, but if they are on your team, I mean, why not? That's perfect. So I hope that you guys that haven't bought a summit ticket, I really hope that you will consider buying one, just because summit is like just on a whole nother level. And I know that it's more of an investment in your business, but if you want training and if you want to see a huge variety of people who have made this business work and have like literally just blown this business out of the water, then you need to go to Summit. And if not for the trainings, it's for this community. It's for the community and the friendships, because like basically what these girls just told you is that like they had so much fun because they were there live with each other. Like that makes all the difference. You could watch trainings for days online, but you feel such a different emotional feeling from actually being there. So I hope that you guys consider going to Summit, because that's really the next big event. So I appreciate you guys sharing all of that. I'm going to get a schedule together. So our 3-day refresh starts Monday. Like if you have anybody who's thinking about it, they could possibly order tonight and still get it maybe. Or they could do in like an expedited shipping. And then of course our March group started yesterday. So I'm still promoting for that. Like you never stop promoting for the current challenge group that you have going on. And then I'm going to try to kind of get more of structured. We've got to work on new coach stuff. That's my goal this month, is to figure out something for new coaches to really get them started right and do a new coach call, because we're going to continue to add coaches this month. And we're going to continue to rank advance, and we're going to continue to like just reach a lot of goals together as a team. And I'm super excited. So that's really all I had for you guys tonight. And thank you for what you shared. Does anybody have anything else that they want to share or say? But I'll try to I'll be in touch with you guys soon. I'm going to try to get a lot of work done tomorrow and get started on Success Club for the month and just different things. But I love you all. I appreciate you all. And yeah. Have a good week, you guys. What, Kate? Oh, you want to do a picture? I know. I should have done one. I did a couple videos of you guys talking, but I really didn't get. Okay, so say cheese. Okay, got it. Okay, you guys. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.